the PDP and the APC. I said they should go into competition to know who failed more. What APC is talking about PDP is absolutely correct. What PDP is talking about APC is absolutely correct. What APC is talking about itself is absolutely a lie. What PDP is talking about itself is...
My people, if you finish watching this video that I'm about to show you now, and you still sit down for fence, you never make up your mind on who to vote for, or you never choose to vote for Peter Obi, then it means say you yourself you get wetin you dey look for, where you know say you no go see. Because I no see person wey go watch the video of Peter Obi's outing yesterday for Chatham House, all the speech wey he make, all the questions the way he take answer questions, and the assurances wey he give Nigerians, which we know say he go deliver upon. You watch and finish, still watch this one wey Kenneth Okonkwo do now, and you still dey sit down for fence.
Interventions at the appearance in Chatham House earlier today. I'm being joined by one of the spokespersons of the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Organization, a lawyer, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo. Thank you so much indeed for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much, and thank you viewers at home for joining us.
Yeah, so Peter Obi was presented yet another opportunity to speak to the issues that he hopes to find solutions to should he be elected the next president of Nigeria. But first and foremost, how significant do you think this appearance and this attendance is for the Labour Party and the chances of Peter Obi Dati ticket?
Oh, well, his appearance today at Chatham House is not just an appearance that will further Labour Party or further his candidacy. His appearance has projected Nigeria as a pride of the black race, has projected Nigeria for what it is, the giant of Africa. I am so proud of my principal, who was so stingy that he went to Chatham House and refused to share questions. He was answering the questions, in contradiction to the generous APC candidate who went there and shared all the questions for other people to answer. And that marks the basis of what he is talking about leadership. Was able to pinpoint Nigerian problem to leadership. When he told you that the landmass of Niger State, which is about 76 kilometers square meter, more than the whole land of Netherlands, and Netherlands is making hundreds of billions of dollars in agricultural products only. Yet Niger State, under the unwatchful eyes of APC, most like 6 local governments are under the management of terrorists, a place that would have been giving us food security.
But the federal government says that there's no such thing.
What do you want them to tell you? You want me to tell you about my friend in Kebbi State that couldn't attend his mother's burial, his sister's burial, because they told him not to come because terrorists are in charge of his state? You still want me to repeat about the security situation we are in now, where Reverend Fathers are roasted in the same Niger State that they are claiming such a thing is not happening? You are the one who told me about the Enugu State. People now being roasted. It has now climbed from being a bad government to an evil government to no effective government at all. We don't have effective government in Nigeria as I talk to you today. So my principal went to Chatham House to tell you about a new Nigeria that is about to unfold. You saw him talk about the security and uniting Nigeria. But there's something that is very, very elating when he was talking about security and uniting Nigeria. He said there will be an integration of the activities of the national intelligence and the security agencies. You are here in Nigeria, where after 44 intelligence reports that terrorists are about to attack Kuje prison, nothing was done until they were attacked. 61 terrorists released, and none of them suffered any casualty after killing our officers. Why? There is no integration between the national intelligence and the security agencies. My principal has told you that there is going to be an effective legal and institutional reforms that will ensure that such things will be eliminated. He talked about establishing a national command and control center for coordination of the activities of the intelligence and the security agencies that will effectively manage actionable intelligence.
For some of those who listened and were critical about the submission of Mr. Peter Obi in the area of security,
yes,
and I've heard and seen, I read about criticism on what he said and how he hopes that security was going to be handled. Some have criticized and said, look, that's not grounded enough. That is not sophisticated enough. What he has said, according to some of his critics, is that he just regurgitated the system that exists presently in the country, that he has not come up with concrete manner in which the problem will be solved.
Good.
Banditry, how will he solve it? The issue of a porous border, how will he solve it? These are the questions that these guys were asking.
Yes, first of all, those people that were asking those questions, maybe they are living in another planet, certainly not in West Africa, and certainly not in Nigeria, because he's a regurgitating. What you have presently is one state police, one national police, no state police. State, I mean, as in Nigeria.
So with Peter Obi creating
three levels of policing: federal, state, and community. He already used it as Anambra State governor.
Under which law will he be able to achieve that?
No, the law exists. Section 11 of the Constitution too, that gives you the power as a state to use the resources you have to protect your state. Good. But it does not have the power of the police. That is why whatever you're doing, you're still going to do it under the approval, consent of the police. If you arrest, you take to the police. And that is why there is no prosecution of criminals, bandits and terrorists. How many have been convicted? Under his regime, 3 levels policing is going to restructure, is going to re-equip, is going to retrain.
These are frequently used language,
yes,
that we are now very, very used to in the country. And these are the question. Right. Nigerians want specific.
Good.
Restructure. What is restructuring?
That's what I'm saying.
How will it come
3
by?
levels policing. It is
How
not,
will it happen?
It will happen by effectively amending the Constitution and removing that word, one police. You have to do it. And that is one of his 7-point agenda.
You're a lawyer.
Oh, yes.
And so you understand what it means.
Very well.
Border adjustment, local government creation,
yes,
even state creation. You know just how almost impossible that our laws has made the review and the amendment of that to happen in this country. So the question is, these are things that are in the 8th, in the 7th, in the 9th National Assembly. They've tried to amend, but it has never come true.
Because there is no sincerity of purpose. Would you give such an amendment to a Tinubu that does not believe in restructuring of state police, that is not even stated in his manifesto? You think it will work? No. Dictators like to operate outside the state apparatus to achieve what they want. Let me tell you, our problem in Nigeria is not the scarcity of good governance plans, ideas, and policies. No, we're not bereft of that. You're here and you know about 2020 vision. These are no. What we lack is a combination. What we have is a combination of institutional weaknesses and lack of political will. That is why my principle is offering a new brand of leadership that is transformative, that is responsive, that is responsible, and less transactional. So what we are looking for now is that president who will go in with executive orders. You can achieve the security. What is Amotekun asking for? For powerful weapons to be able to engage the terrorists who have superior weapons over them. Why should the federal government not grant them? Under existing laws already. So there's no political will. So what he is saying, he's going to offer that brand of new leadership. And let me tell you, he talked about destroying this structure of criminality. And you and I know that these parties have been talking about structures. They have structures. And the structure they have, as you can see, the PDP and the APC, I say they should go into competition to know who failed more. What APC is talking about PDP is absolutely correct. What PDP is talking about APC is absolutely correct. What APC is talking about itself is absolutely a lie. What PDP is talking about itself is absolutely a lie. Now, you can see I'm surprised and shocked and embarrassed by the lies that are oozing out from their spokespersons. Let me tell you what Obasanjo said about the structure these people have. He said Atiku Abubakar is a man that has propensity for corruption, tendency to disloyalty, inability to say and speak the truth at all times. He says he's a man who has propensity for poor judgment, belief and reliance in matter about, lack of transparency, a man who trusts in money to buy his way out in all situations, a man who has the readiness to sacrifice morality, integrity, propriety, truth, national interest for self and selfish interest. We are seeing it manifesting. You could see in that tape you are talking about Michael Achimugu. It was the voice of Atiku Abubakar, and they have admitted it by saying they want to leave it to concentrate on their campaign.
He's denied that that is not the voice of Atiku
No,
Abubakar.
when you deny, you go to court and sue the person for libel, for defamation, for slander. In the absence of that, that is an admission. It's not Atiku Abubakar. So that what he said is actually an admission, because he said, no, we want to leave it. The man has dared them, the Achimugu. He said, I dare them to say I did not serve Atiku, and I will bring more records. What did Atiku say? It gives me goose pimples that Atiku has the national award in corrupting the generation before him and corrupting the generation after him. He said in that tape, I have advised Obasanjo against open corruption, meaning Atiku has been operating coded corruption, sacrificing innocent people and hiding his own head. Joshua Dariye was sacrificed. In that same tape, you're talking about Marine Float as the company that Atiku advised his boss that they should form Marine Float as a company that they will use to siphon the money, that they will pay consultancy fee non-existent to such company.
These are allegations based on the tape released by Michael Achimugu. So
which voice is, in my own opinion, Atiku's voice.
Okay, I'm glad that you are able to put in the right language.
Opinion.
Yeah,
but
put it in the right language.
Clear. What about Tinubu's daughter that carried 10 million naira
allegedly,
openly? No, it has been brought out. The politician openly in front of her, thanking her, saying he took only 1 million naira. Cash, where is money laundering? She should be languishing in jail. That is the same reason that Doyin Okukwe was brought to justice. Collecting cash. Section 2.1 of the Money Laundering Act. If you make or receive in cash an individual any amount exceeding 5 million naira, she should be in jail. And what about the spokesperson of APC, Festus Kayomo? He's a minister, serving minister. His person, his time has been fully paid. He's on full-time employment, and he's using himself as a resource to campaign for a political party. That is corruption. He's using the resource of Nigeria to campaign for a political party. Using the money he's been paid to campaign for a political party. That is sharing the money. He's been paid for full-time as a minister, and he is there talking about another party. Are we not ashamed in this country? APC and PDP, like I said, they're a monster with two heads. APC, APG and PDP. Tinubu and Atiku, they are equal and opposite. One is a Miloko of the north, another one is a Miloko of the south.
Let's anchor.
I don't know. Two of them should step down. Yeah. I've said this thing before.
Now, on a final note, because we're out of time, Mr. Okonkwo, I mean, just how fast time runs. Your candidate said in London that he's going to dismantle.
Yes.
He's going to declare war.
Yes.
And I bring again the words of his critics and say, look, this is political naivety. That the tackling Nigeria problem demands some diplomacy and demands some tactics. I mean, those who have, and you asked the question, how has resolving the power situation eluded several presidents in this country? That attacking the problem of this nation is supposed to be tactical, it's supposed to be with political diplomacy, and they have accused your principal of not being tactical and not being political enough in reasoning in the solution of this country.
You know what? Nigeria, my beloved country, is the easiest country to govern in the whole world. He governed Anambra State. It was still within Nigeria. He made Anambra State the worst state in Nigeria. Anambra was rated last in everything. Within 4 years, Anambra was rated first in everything. First in MDG goals by UNDP. First in debt management by DMO. First in poverty rate by Dr. Magnus Pakol, the Director General of NAPEP. First in the network of roads by the Bureau of Statistics. Now, let me tell you, all these firsts being granted to him, none was done by his party. He had only APGA, where he was in. Nigeria is a very easy country to govern. Look at the secret. You that is saying, do not be corrupt. Are you corrupt? My principle has been checked all around, and there is no corruption in him. Immediately he comes in, Nigeria wastages will be cut into 50%. What is happening in Nigeria now is bloated infrastructure, bloated and inflated contracts. Now, when he comes in, he will plug the wastages, he will reduce cost of governance, he will build honest and efficient civil service, and he will aggressively fight corruption. This gives you 50% of the revenue that you need.
All right.
Now, when my
totally have time. We're out of time.
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo, it's always a pleasure.